From the harbor to the high rise, from the boardroom to the beeline. Pull a seat for some daylight. Kenji on the headline. Hey! East Coast insights talk that truth. Big city questions searching for proof. Stories from the ground, from the booth to the roof. East Coast insights, hey! Right here with you. East Coast insights talk that truth. Big city questions searching for proof.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another beautiful episode of East Coast Insights. Stormy season, how you doing? Rain, hail or shine? My God, hope you've been enjoying all that water. Just gonna give you a shout out once again to Mr. Jared Campbell. Suno Music AI, crazy how things are moving at the moment. Some interesting tracks coming out. I'll share all that news later, but got some wonderful guests coming on today. I've got Corinne Smith from Abbey Accounting. I've got Vanessa Winter coming in from Socolo Software, and I've got Mr. Jason Atkins sharing in about what's coming up next week with his rally cohort. Get Jason to speak into that one, but I'm going to get straight into it. I've got my lovely first guest here at the moment, Miss Corinne, who is from Abbey, and she has been building, currently about to start beta launch into Australia and NZ. Corinne, welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody. Yes, nice to meet you the other week, Kenji, and I'm looking forward to pretty much answering your questions and letting people know what I'm doing.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
my
it
story.
was so good to meet you. It was just nice. I could see like you had a lot of passion for the work that you're doing, and it seems like because you originally, well, you still have your own accounting practice as well, right? You've been working in this
Yeah.
field for a long time.
Yeah, so I am now know I'm an entrepreneur doing what I'm doing. That's probably been hidden away for a wee while I was doing the family stuff.
Yep.
And I am a chartered accountant and have 2 accounting practices in Northern New Zealand. And I decided that there was a massive problem facing us accountants and wanted to do something about it. So that's a little bit about who I am and why I'm doing it. And I just know there's a lot more accountants globally that I can help with this problem, because if we've got it, everybody else does too.
Well, it seems like this key tagline at the moment that I would love to hear how this journey has been is that Abbey is automating the mundane compliance work that usually takes 8 hours to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. So in our accounting industry, in our world, all you business owners, when you head off to see your accountant to do your annual financial statements and tax returns, the accountant then has to reconcile every single item in those financial statements to make sure it's correct. So most accountants might use Xero or an accounting platform like that. It probably takes, depending on the size of your business, 8 to 10 hours for the accountant to do that. So they reconcile everything that's in Xero, for example, the ATO, the Australian Tax Office data, and also the IRD in New Zealand. And also there's a lot of other data that needs to be introduced, and we introduce that using an OCR reader and reading bank statements and all sorts of financial statements into Abbey. So traditionally, like I said, it can take 6 to 10 hours depending on the size of a business, and we've created some software that now does it in 30 seconds.
And what is that you've managed to? I know, like you said, it's all the documentation, all of that gets done. For those that maybe use accounting software or have a periphery understanding of it, what is it about Abbey that's really making it stand out?
Well, first of all, no one's done this before.
Yeah, right.
That's the big one. So all accountants around the world use predominantly what's called Excel spreadsheets. So they key in the data of what tax data is from the ATO, they key in what's in Xero and the general ledgers, they key in all sorts of other things. And that's how we've always done it. And no one has hit the biggest pain point of all, which is preparing what we call accounting work papers. just to check that all the numbers are right. So no one's done it. So that's probably a bit of the talk at the moment. There are other providers, but their solutions tend to be more manual based and take quite a few hours to complete those. So I thought, why don't we automate this, because it's a jolly pain in the neck. It takes us so much time to do.
Yeah, and were you, correct me if I'm wrong, you were saying last time when we were on the tech walk that you've got a lot of integrations through Abby so that this data, once it's compiled, it can go to all the right places like the ATO,
You
etc.
got it. Yeah, so our integrations are with Xero. So all the data that comes across from Xero jumps into Abby. We have an integration with the ATO and also the IRD in New Zealand. So there's an integration button, please connect, and all that tax data comes in as well. And then Abby reads source documents, so all that data comes in too. So that Abby can do a whole bunch of calculations and work papers for the accountant. So we just get all the data in there that we need and then start doing the work papers.
I'm surprised to hear that there's no competitors in this space right now. I'm not in the space, but like what you've said, it seems like someone would be out there doing it. Is there anyone doing something similar, or is Abby truly in its own, like a...
Well, we're ready to launch to market in April. We hear through the grapevine there's other competitors either looking at this or starting their journey with it, but they're probably not in market yet.
I
But yeah, it's
see.
coming. It's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, because it's been a bit of a journey to get here, right?
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey. We've been at this for 2 years now. So we're finally at a place with 7 developers globally and my accounting team, 8 other people helping us. We're in a good spot to go, okay, we're nearly done. We think we've nailed it for Abby 1. And we also have a development roadmap for the next 12 months as well. So there's lots more coming. But we just need to get to market
Yeah.
and help all my fellow colleagues out there get through these work papers.
Yeah. What's that roadmap looking like at the moment? Like you said, you'll launch now and then you'll go out. What's some of those future trajectories you're hoping to hit with Abby?
Yeah, so the roadmap are features that we will bring in for the accountants. So currently, most accountants use a whole bunch of apps to do one workflow process, that compliance work. So we will be creeping out our scope to bring in a lot more functionality. So really, they just need Abby and Xero, and then they can finish a set of accounts that way. So lots of functionality on the job management side, on the tax side, on the people side, on the client portal side. So lots of things like that. We have some few secrets up our sleeve that are coming too, which I won't mention today.
Yeah,
So if you
yeah.
want to hear about those, you got to book a
Gotta
demo on
check
our
them out.
website. Yeah, there's your call to action.
Yeah.
And we are in the second half of this year. We've got a team earmarked to start looking into the agentic AI side of things. So, sort of getting some agents in to automate things even more. So
So
that's exciting.
you're currently looking to sort of open up and just anyone who is interested that is in the accounting world to
Yeah.
jump on, test the platform, do some of the
Yep.
beta launch with you.
Yep. So we do have beta testers right now. Feel free if you want to reach out and join our very supportive, happy team. But we are going live in April. So all users will get a month's free trial to use Abby as much as you want with our 4 products. So you get a month free trial, and then we can talk to you about the pricing plan and subscription model from there.
Now, I'd just love to jump into just for a moment. You said, you're building your accounting practices and, entrepreneur that's been, budding as you go along, building
Yeah.
this. What has that been like? Because, you mentioned, that you've, make sure that you're moving with honesty because these relationships are important. They need to be sort of nurtured. What's that been like to transition from having your accounting practices to being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so the good thing about marrying those two things up, and it's like with a lot of entrepreneurs that are in their industry, is that I come from a lot of experience. Clearly, I'm a seasoned accountant. I've been doing this for a long time, and we really know what we're talking about, my whole team as well. So I always approach any business or client relationship with honesty. And trust is the ultimate currency, isn't it, Kenji? We talked about that on our walk.
Oh
So
man,
yeah, yeah.
100%.
So
Yeah.
I'm very much wanting to, be a trusted advisor too, to say, look, we have a piece of software. We've been using it in our accounting practices for 18 months too. That's the other big difference, making a huge difference with what we do. And just to say, look, if you want us to help you, you can try our product out and we can take you through the journey as well. And I always I do a lot of demos at the moment and just say to people, they're asking questions and I'll always give an honest, upfront answer to say, yes, that we can do that, or it does do that, or it's on our roadmap, or whatever the answer might be. Don't want to lead anyone up the garden path, that's for sure. So, yeah, hopefully that gives accountants a lot of comfort. It's different from a tech-based entrepreneur that's creating some tech and they don't know that much about the industry or how that person's feeling or how they're actually working and that kind of thing. But all I can say is, you accountants out there, I feel your pain. I'm in it, been in it for a long time. My staff have said they don't want to work for anybody else that doesn't have Abby in their practice now. It has made such a difference. When I heard that one day, I was like, wow, that's a
Okay.
big statement. So,
Yep.
yeah, I was
If
quite
you can
pleased to hear
capture
that.
that and be like, chuck it on my website.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what my staff are saying, let alone, people
Yeah,
using
right.
Abby. Yeah. So that was cool.
It's the power, isn't it, of, I guess, building, like you said, being in an industry wherever you are for some time and seeing pain points and being able to
Mm.
alleviate them. I'd love to just final words in terms of the entrepreneur pathway. Could you, I don't know, what has been a golden nugget or an insight you've gathered? Because building software is a whole different kettle of
Yeah.
fish, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's like a key insight you gained? I know everything takes longer than you think. Everything costs more money than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's something you learned from that?
Well, it's something that I still stand by, and it's something I passionately talked about before I started this journey. And that is, I don't want to have any what ifs. So, if you think
Mm.
about your time on this earth, I could have said, oh, I knew about that pain point, but I didn't do anything about it. And I'm sitting here today, 2 years later, saying, I knew about that pain point because I'm feeling it and I know about it my whole career, and I've actually done something about it. So
Mm.
it's something I carry with me. The slogan is walk the talk. Certainly done that. And, if you don't try, if you fail, this is my latest saying that I love, if you fail, congratulations. Most people don't even try.
Mm. Amen
So,
to
yeah,
that. Amen to
yeah,
that. And software is such a beautiful opportunity, isn't it? Like in
yeah,
terms of SaaS for service-based businesses to start to figure out another pathway to productization.
yeah,
And last of all, you're also going to be joining because Jason's going to jump on the show today to talk
yeah,
about the summer cohort showcase happening
I
next week. You'll be
am.
on there as well.
Yes, I will be presenting and pitching in Jason's program. So, been a cool journey on the Tourist Club. And that's obviously how we met Kenji. So that's cool through Jason. And yeah, you'll hear, if anyone joins that session, we will be pitching our product and along.
I think we just had a bit of a
Yeah,
technical for a moment. That's all
there you
right.
go. Yeah, there'll be 5 of us pitching with Jason about our product. So it's
Yep.
on LinkedIn if anyone wants to join and find out a bit more about the 5 of us and what we're doing in each of our industries.
Yeah, I'll be chucking them in the show notes as well. Get Jason to deep dive into that. But
Yeah,
exciting time. So last of all, April, you are launching. If
yeah,
anyone wants to reach out to
please
your
do.
website, Abby.
Mhm.
Yep.
We've also got an exhibit at the Accounting and Business Expo in Sydney on the 17th and 18th of March coming up. So if any
Okay.
accountants are attending that, we are B48 stand, and it's 2 days of pretty much 4,000 accountants drifting through the ICC and connecting with people like me. So love to see you there. If you are listening and you're an accountant attending that, please come and see me. Love to talk to you. And yeah, just
Make your
reach
life
out.
easier, guys. Make your life easier, man. And we were talking about this on the walk this morning, just with all these tools coming out.
Yeah.
Some things are a little, a little bit of noise and fluff, and they're either
Agreed.
kind of built on just to sit on top of something with not too much value, but to
Mm,
have something that can actually break through the noise and actually deliver value. Because I feel economic pressures and life, what's going on
mm,
every day these days, like time is precious. time is
Sure
precious.
is.
Make it
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
So to all those out there, accounting away, please hit Corinne up, check her out. Her website's there, but they're in the show notes as well. So
Thank you.
please feel free to shoot her a message. But apart from that, thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining me, and look
You're
forward to chatting
welcome.
again soon.
Yeah. See you soon.
Appreciate it,
Ciao.
Corinne. Bye. Rock on. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Yeah, software, man. Software as a service. Such a really powerful place, and I think that's like the key thing at the moment where, value of Corinne's been in the space for, a long time and pulling out some of those pain points. And we even talking about it today, just about the nature of, ChatGPT and Claude and all these AI tools out there at the moment. And it's just such a great way to really flesh out, what are these ideas we're thinking out? What is the depth that we have with them? I think this is another good thing to iterate really quickly, because, first to market and all these things are really important, but just making sure value is maintained out there in the ecosystem whilst you build, I think is really, really critical. My next guest is going to be Vanessa Winter, same person who has a very big love for value, and she's been in the events ecosystem for a long time. So Vanessa has been researching deeply about what do organizers, event planners need, and she's been on quite a journey. She's also sponsored V8 Supercars to try and make sure she has deep insight about what high caliber events require to be able to deliver to them some of those, I guess, simplicity. What do they need in terms of how do you simplify those processes? How do you make it easy? How do you make it accessible? Just like we were saying with Corinne, and Vanessa's been on this awesome journey of simplifying it for the event planners out there right now. And so I'm going to invite Vanessa on to say what's up from Socolo. Vanessa, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kenji. How are you going?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome.
I was just saying that you've been on an extensive journey to research what it really takes to bring an event together and those pain points. Can you tell us a little bit about what Socolo is and where it's at the moment?
Yeah, cool. So Socolo is a full end-to-end event management platform, from everything from planning your event to adding suppliers, customers, team members, volunteers, through to assigning tasks, budget management and run sheets, and especially guest management. It really is your end-to-end event management platform.
And I was just mentioning that you also went into the V8 supercar world as well to sort of learn about motorsports, and you've been in the motorsports world for quite some time as well to learn about that extensive atmosphere as well, right?
Yeah, we have. Motorsports has always been part of my life since I was a kid. That understanding the mechanics of it as an event is pretty huge. Interestingly, it shares a lot of similarities across other of our 4 pillars in our customer profile. So unlocking that has been really exciting for us. And to play a big part of it, is awesome, because building the event community and supporting the requirements and solving their challenges is really awesome. We love it.
And what are those key complexities you found in event management when you started to look at some of those bigger events?
Yeah, look, I think, a shared common theme here is fragmented tools. So a lot of people require a lot of different tools to be able to make that event work. And so there can be a lot of double handling. There's a lot of communication issues as a result, and it just isn't always seamless. And you think about logistics with some of the larger scale events as well, that can be a lot to manage. So we can provide people the opportunity to work within one ecosystem and one platform, and really simplify that process for them. Not only means that they can run events more seamlessly, their clients or their guests have a more seamless experience, but they can also run more events because they're more efficient.
Yeah, and for those that have never been in the behind the scenes of events, for me, it's events and, some sort of like film as well. But there is a lot that
Mm,
goes into, putting, like you said, a seamless event together, right? Where people just rock up, hey, how you doing? I got my drink, I got my thing, I'm got to manage the experience and walk out. Like there's so much to that, right?
absolutely. There's a lot people don't see behind the scenes. And, especially when you are catering for partners or sponsors of an event, you've got different ticket tier levels and things like that. So you really need to understand your guest experience and give them the best experience from, checking in at an event through to seating, through to whatever it is. You want those people to come back and attend more of your events.
100%. And you said that I think last we talked, you were starting to launch ticketing platform inside of Socolo as well.
Yeah, so very, very excited about this. Really was for us very sort of customer led demand. We have some pretty high performance clients utilizing Socolo as their operational backbone. And after we launched MVP last year, it was quite clear that they said, well, can you build ticketing for us? We were like, sure, let's have a look.
And was it so they just didn't have to juggle another ticketing? Because right now all the ticketing is Luma, Humanitix, Eventbrite, and some of these major players. Is that so that could be easy for them as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, those guys do things, beautifully. For our customers, again, they just want it inside one single platform. So I know that we've been heads down and working with some of these very large organizations for requirements and ticketing that do slightly differ. And we've been in development now for the last 3 months. And we launch next month. So we're really excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So our ticketing platform is an extension in our product suite. You don't have to be on Socolo Premium, which is your full planning and tools, and it can be used standalone. And we wanted to give that operationally so that we can be part of the events community to really help anyone that does need the tools or wants to start to run more complex events, that they are supported to do so within the Socolo platform itself as well.
And just to clarify, when you said you're launching the ticketing feature, or Socolo officially launching in the
ticketing feature? We sort of came out of the MVP. We have been working with those 4 pillars I was talking about before quite extensively. Post MVP, we've done a lot of enhancements in Socolo, a lot of UI UX changes, the things that you generally learn after you do launch MVP, which has been really cool. So we're really excited to just get out there now and let's go.
Yeah, it's got sort of like ready to onboard a lot more people now that a few of those things are rock and rolling. Yeah, exciting. And what's the next few months going to look like once you've launched and getting into that community a bit more?
Yeah, I think for us it's about scaling intelligently. So ticketing changes our commercial engine because a lot more revenue will be flowing through the platform, which means we're really aligned with our organizers in a deeper way. So you'll see us looking at things like incorporating AI a lot more, event insights, some pretty cool stuff like that, but also, what reporting data do some of those customers need and want. So it's really about, demand precision in our development, but also just no tolerance for anything messy. And I think we are building some serious infrastructure, but we need to make it feel effortless, and that's going to be our focus as well.
Because they get the data as well, right? The event organizers, whatever's going through it, they get those reports at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're really able to look at what worked, what didn't work. Do they want to do different customer activations? So we really want to focus on providing data that matters to them, and how can they utilize that data to better the event experience, increase their revenue, and do more.
Signal over noise, right? There's a lot of noise, but I guess that's some of those key data sets, right? If you don't have them, it's hard to sort of pivot inside of what you're doing.
And it's got to be meaningful. It's got to be meaningful to the customer. They need to be able to rely on those insights in their business as well.
Now, can you share what maybe like a nice insight that came from, because events is such a wide industry, like it's a niche but not a niche in its own right, and you've had to sort of go in there, all different types of events, all different industries. There's complexity in the market messaging, obviously capital raising, initially trials and error. What did you learn from that?
I think the biggest learning is just make sure, that you are talking to enough customers and really understanding, we develop for the majority. That's really important. We can't, one of the things, even though we are heavily involved in motorsports and not in all different types, but we're also heavily involved in not-for-profit. We have charitable organizations. We have Admin Avenues and AIOP, which we are a partner with. So that's all of your administrative roles that run events, conferencing, festivals. So you've really got to look at the pathway where you can start to create best practice and support your customers with what they're looking for. So you've got to find the familiarities. You can't sort of go down one avenue unless that's what you want your business to be doing. For us, we know what those similarities are because we have been talking to our users for 2 years straight, and we involve them heavily in everything that we develop. We're really lucky to have customers that provide so much support to us. So don't assume that you think make sure you go and actually validate your ideas.
Yeah, because you had to, like you said, talk to quite a wide audience of people, right? That especially because the complexity lies at those larger scale events. You had to sort of go out, find who's pushing the limits in terms of, those motorsports, in terms of weddings, like you said, conferences, NGOs. That was quite a journey for you, wasn't it?
Well, it really was. I think I was on more planes than I care to remember. But we wouldn't be here and where we're at today in terms of the product and the scalability had we not really undertaken that, to be honest. And we're incredibly grateful that so many of these incredible businesses that are very busy and focused on what they're doing as well gave me their time.
Yeah, and I think it just full circles back to this point that it's been a bit of a theme from this morning, talking up at the walks and even just chatting to Corinne, just this concept of value. Like obviously technology, there's been lots of boom and there's a lot of stuff out there, but like the question is, what is it going to take to actually deliver value? I think, and kind of, I've learned a lot from the conversations you've had of. You have to go out and talk to people. Like there are no shortcuts. You can't just think that you can't just assume that you have a solution that's great to people without doing the hard yards, right?
Absolutely. And it's quite interesting that we run in both internal focus groups and external. So here at Scolo, we have a really awesome range of age groups in our team. And quite often what I or one of my colleagues might be thinking, and I'll go and pitch the idea to the team and they're like, hell no. and I love that. I'm like, good, challenge me, tell me why. And they are so passionate about that. And I think, having the ability to go to your customers, bring all of that information back and interpret that with our brand ethos and values. And it's really great because we're small, we can still do that, obviously. It's really great to have these focus groups. I just came out of one before the podcast, actually, and we were able to solve, some pretty tricky stuff, in an hour together. So it's an example of really communicating, understanding that people have really good, valid ideas, and people like to be heard. So I think we try to do a good job at that.
Well, it's required, isn't it? Like you got to listen, but that's the last thing on this one is just for me it's just the same thing, like what are we building here, are we trying to build something really quick, really fast, high revenue that's going to crash one day, or are you trying to build
No, for us, Australia is our first country. Obviously, we're homegrown and we're proud of that. But for us, we are on a scale to be global and be the best at what we do, and create a really supportive events community where people can feel heard, where we are delivering value, and where we are the backbone to their business.
Fantastic. Sweet. Well, thank you so much, Vanessa. Appreciate you sharing. For those, no worries. I got the website there. Check it out. But they'll be in the show notes as well. Jump on Socolo for those of you out there. I know there's a lot of events going on right now. So please, I've seen the platform. Even for me, it just was, I'm a simple guy, if it doesn't make sense, and it was really easy. So please feel free to hit her up, have a chat, have a conversation, and looking forward to seeing next steps.
Awesome. Thanks, Kenji.
Bye.
See ya.
Exciting. So much going down at the moment. Now, speaking straight into, I was just mentioning it before, so coming up soon is the Summer Cohort Showcase. Corinne is going to be part of this. Jason from Taurus Club. Taurus Club is actually, Jason, make sure this is clear, but Rally is going to be what this cohort is going to be launched under. Mr. Jason Atkins, what's up, mate? Welcome to the show.
How are you, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, doing good, man. First off, before we go into the showcase, could you just share with us, I guess, Rally and Taurus, the differentiators and what they'll be doing?
Yeah, so we have been operating under the Taurus brand for some time. Last year, we launched Currents, which is the community brand, and now we have Rally. Having multiple services under the one brand, we thought it'd be confusing and hard for people to sort of engage with. And so, so Rally is our coaching and programs business. We help early stage startups. At the moment, we're helping with capital raising. Taurus Club is what it was called. We help founders learn how to get funded or be fundable. It's a pretty crazy process. So yeah, we're called Rally now. So pretty pumped. The website just went live, I think, yesterday. Sweet. And it's all happening.
And so, all that learning is shifting into Rally, and Taurus is going to stay as the fund?
Yeah, so Taurus is the fund, and Rally is for programs and coaching, and Currents is for community. And we have to be alive as well, which is built AI products. So shout out to Lenka, who's running that.
Yeah, right. Awesome. I was going to say you've got 5 investment ready startups coming up for next week.
Yeah, maybe 6. So definitely 5. Probably got a Health Hunter jumping in there as well.
I'm sorry, just lost you for a moment. Can you tell us what this might look like inside of the showcase? Because anyone can jump in and check it out as well, like to participate.
Yeah. So I don't know how we share the link or where we share the link. Just check out my LinkedIn or we're trying to market it as much as we can this week. So if you can't find it, so we've had these founders with us since November. The idea was, it's a great time to be raising capital now. Everybody's back from Christmas and summer holidays and all that, and, ready to receive pitches, the investors. And so we started in November. We spent 12 weeks together. So we've helped them with everything from their pitch decks to their cap table to their financial model, their unit economics, and, really helped to make sure that, these businesses are in good shape. We've been working with them to help them meet investors and speak to investors and really understand what they want before they're actually raising. So these are some really great companies in here. Every single one of them is investable, in my opinion. I'm really pumped to have this showcase to give them an opportunity to share with everyone what they've been doing and why they want capital and what they're going to do with it.
And I know, I've got the opportunity to talk to you a lot about this journey with building Rally or building this cohort, but you've been in this investment and capital raising landscape for a really long time. And I think you mentioned once about simplicity, I guess, of like conveying ideas clearly. What would be some of those like key takeaways, people that are trying to raise capital, trying to get these things right that you do within the cohort, but what's those key things that are really things you need to iron out?
Yeah, so founders quite often, they don't know which parts of their story are the most important. So they kind of like, they want to say everything. And one of the things we try and help them work out is what are the most important things that they want to convey. So the mission is extremely important, especially for early stage companies. Why do people want to see you succeed? Why do they want to see this business happen? And if it does happen in 5 or 10 years' time, are people going to care that mission occurred? So I think mission is big. The problem and the solution, obviously, like, does the problem make sense? I think, like you said, it's like, hey, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, right, okay, that solution kind of makes sense. Like, have you got? But it's not always clear. Like, sometimes at the end of the pitch, everyone goes like, "What do they do again?" So it's like, let's make it clear. Like, this is the customer, this is the problem they have, this is how we're going to solve it. So we sort of really like to work on that, and then I think the one, again, something the founders really struggle with is like, what are you going to do with the money? Like, if you won $1 million, what are you going to do with it? And how much, like, what are the milestones? What are you going to achieve? How are you going to make the investors money, by executing your strategy? So I think being really clear with the use of funds and how that's going to help you succeed is very important as well.
How's it been watching founders come through and go through that journey of iteration of what will I spend my money on? Have you noticed any themes that they're like, everyone seems to think I'll spend money here, whereas these parts are bang for buck?
I guess I don't know the answer to that. I think it's an area where founders really struggle because, again, there's so much data, and it's trying to see the wood for the trees quite often. So yeah, I like to tell them, look, how many customers are you going to get, and what are you going to make per customer? Like, just build a simple, like you said, just build a simple story. It's not like we're going to go hire these people and we're going to do this and we're going to do that and then we're going to do this, and if this happens, we're going to do that. It's like no, with this much money, we're going to acquire this many customers. You know what I mean? And we're going to reach this level of revenue. So I think keeping the story simple with the use of funds is the same as with everything else. And then what you're trying to do with your pitch is get a meeting.
Yep.
And in the meeting, then you can dig into things in more detail. So I think capital raising is a process. You give high level summary that really hits home. That gets you the meeting. Expand on it a bit. That means you get to share a bit more data, and the investor actually cares enough to really read all the complicated stuff. So you need to kind of take your time with the details.
We just say everyone sort of like, just like you said at the beginning, everyone just says everything all at once straight away, not knowing it's a process.
Yeah, some pitch decks read like a university thesis. It's like, it's not a thesis. It's a pitch document that should be full of hooks and a bit of emotion and some curiosity, that kind of stuff.
Well, even I think like, if you haven't been in the game, or if you haven't talked to people that are there, I think people think that the pitch deck is to get the money, but you're saying that clearly a pitch deck is to get the meeting, right?
Well, yeah, there's multiple documents. So the short pitch deck is really high level, and if you're pitching, that's what you would use. It's full of summaries, the best things you can say, and hooks and testimonials and cool, interesting, fun stuff. Because then people looking at it going, cool, I care about this person's cool, tell a good story. I like their mission. They've got customers that like them. Like, I'll take a meeting. And then you have your long pitch deck, and you have your FAQ, and you have your model, and you have your data room, and you need to sort of like bring those out over time.
You said that you spent 12 weeks with them from November coming in. Is that the usual cohort length, or is it blocks of?
Yeah, so we've been running on a 12-week thing now for just over a year. It's working really well. This is the first time I've run it as a cohort. Previously, we had like a rolling intake, and so this is the first time we ran. So we had two cohorts. So the first one is the showcase is next week, and then the following one, which is the female founders cohort, that's 2 weeks after. And then we're just about to start marketing for the next intake, which will start at the end of Feb, early March, which will run for 12 weeks again, and have those founders, really investable. When would that be? May, June, so the middle of the year.
Yep. Yeah, awesome. And you're saying like that November things shut down like usual in the investment landscape. It's kind of like business where people stop. No one's really investing during Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good time to prepare. Founders are normally plowing through, and so while things are slower, it's a great time to prepare. So what we'll do, we'll finish this next one in the middle of the year. We'll run another one, which will finish up sort of sitting in that last window, September, October, sort of closing, November max, and then we can kick off another one then, which will be raising sort of early next year. So yeah.
Sweet. Well, in my show notes, I've got the link to the event, so everyone can click that, or like Jason said, check it out. His LinkedIn page has got it out there. Would they find it if they went to the Taurus Cat page? They can link to Rally, or the Rally's a separate webpage now. You said it's launched.
Yeah, so Rally is launched. It's rallyroadmap.com. So thanks to Wade for pulling that together for me. So there's
sweet.
New branding, a whole new thing. It is brand new, so it'll evolve a little bit, but I'm pretty stoked with what's going on there, and it's a great brand for us to play with. There's actually going to be some cool stuff coming. So Rally is going to be, we're going to play with the concept of being a founder is like being a rally driver. You never know what corner's coming, how sharp it's going to be, or if you're going to like roll off down a cliff or whatever. So we're going to play with that, and the rally roadmap is like your navigator, to keep you on track. Someone who's been ahead of you to map the course and give you the roadmap. So we're going to be playing with that, which means we get to like cruise around and do lots of fun rally driving, and we can probably get some dune buggies out and bang around and whatever, and have a bit of fun with it. So you know me, I like to have fun with everything I do. So there'll be a bit of that stuff coming soon. So it should be good.
Okay. I'm in, man. I'm going to be part of that campaign.
Totally.
Rallyroadmap.com. Just saw it now. Looks awesome. Nice and clean. Thank you, Wade. So yeah, everyone that wants to check it out. But apart from that, next week the cohort's going to happen. Check out all the updates. Jason, Currents, Taurus, Rally. I'm sure there'll be a lot of communications between there. So apart from that, man, thanks for joining. Looking forward to being, I'll be there as well. We get to watch all the pictures. Looking forward. There's a few familiar faces, which I'm excited to see. So
yeah,
appreciate it, man.
Some really great founders. There's some really, really cool stuff in there. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, because who's in the showcase this week? You've got, because Abby was in there.
Abby, cheers, yeah. Abby, Corin, love that. If Abby hits their goals, like it's going to be the fastest unicorn ever in Australia, New Zealand. I've never seen a business model like that before, so I'm pumped for that. Yeah, and Kai's there with Cinefly. Love what they're doing at Cinefly. Absolutely fanging along.
It is a video editing platform.
Yeah, video editing with the AI director, some massive contracts lined up. So really pumped for what Kai's doing. We have Kian from Sustainability Tracker. That again, like right place, right time. Everybody wants to be buying products, that they can understand where they come from and what impact they're having. And Kian has a tremendous piece of tech to help with that. Bonnie is doing Swift check-in, so it's construction technology and potential to save construction companies like billions of dollars.
Like a management platform to manage their operations,
to manage the people. So the check-in, check-out time and sort of the labor component of construction.
Is that Mason? No.
It's Bonnie. And
then you've got Property.
Our local friend Craig from Property AI. He, that's actually like a really cool company. They're already like quite a way along. tons of customers and scaling. So again, like all really fundable, strong founders, high commitment, high resilience, like
Yeah, they got good
exactly the sort of
traction.
people you want to be investing in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool.
Sweet. And there'll be investors in there checking out the pictures, people in the community that'll be watching. It's kind of like an online, I guess, exhibit of these, the official.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Well, if you want to check it out, log in. Like I said, it's all there. And apart from that, man, appreciate you jumping on, Jason. The rally, let's go. June buggies, hit it.
Let's get it. You'll be there. See ya. Thanks, Jason. Thanks. Bye.
Exciting times. And this is just where, yeah, man, I'm just keen to see what's going on. There's a lot of things underneath the hood. It's not just Gold Coast. Obviously, East Coast Australia is, where I'm at. I'm meeting a lot of people here at the moment that are building some interesting products, it's not all just tech and software. There are other things, but software has got massive upside with, like Jason said, with Abby, if it's the right business model done well, can have some absolutely massive upside coming out. So keep an eye out. I like to keep an eye out. And for those people out there that are building these businesses, please hit me up. Chuck it into the East Coast Inside form. It's on the website there. Thank you, Josh Clush and CMD Software, for making that website. But yeah, pop your businesses in there. I'd love to hear from you. I'm keen to network and meet more people that are in the broader community and see what else is brewing here in Australia, because I just think we've got a lot of switched on people, and we've got a lot of people that are really trying to break the mold. They're trying to do something really innovative, and their tools are here now. We've started building data centers in Australia. There's another data center that's going to be coming out in Cohort, or the Health and Knowledge Precinct soon. So the infrastructure is coming as well. So I'm very curious to see. Talking to one of the guys that's got some space drones that have been built as well. I have Mr. Bradley on the show one day, but check it in. Love to hear from you. East Coast Insights. Apart from that, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you appreciate it. Hope you got some value. And until next time, I shall